What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is Wednesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. For all of you guys at home who don't have a Valentine's, do not worry. I got you covered. Me and the boy. We will be your Valentines for the day. Do not worry, we got you covered, okay? And he said, will you be my meowing time? In exchange for getting us, you guys have to drop a like on the video, and you have to subscribe, okay? Those are the terms, all right? This is conditional love. All right, baby, I'm gonna let you go. And breaking, guys, I have some terrible news to let you guys all know. I was in the middle of editing this video for you guys when this dropped, and this is not going to match the rest of the tone of the video, okay? So this is something that I'm putting in. I don't know if I'm putting it where I'm putting it. It's not going to match the tone, so just know that this is kind of like a different timeline thing. But TMZ, literally less than 15 minutes ago, I just discovered and found this out, and I knew that I had to talk about it because I knew that you guys would be asking me about it and wanting to know the details. They reported and said that YouTuber Twomad is dead. At 23, investigated as possible overdose. We have talked about Twomad several times on this channel for several reasons. Some good, some weird, some bad. He's a YouTuber, Belle Delphine, all of that. And this one kind of just hit me like a truck because it's one of those deaths that literally impacted in the entire YouTube sphere. It feels like we kind of all knew him in a way, and it's hitting very close to home. Those of you guys who don't know, this is Twomad, okay? He's most infamously known for the dude. During the pandemic, he was going on through the school calls and just running amok and being a mayhem, like a jokester and a prankster. He also used to do Overwatch content as well with memes. And then he caught himself into some controversy that happened recently that I can't recall. But yeah, he was an entertainer on the YouTuber space. And he was going through an episode, what seems like on Twitter, where he was just posting nonstop, just tweeting every single day. And people were calling maybe a manic episode or something to that extent. Don't know the details between that, but he's gone, and TMZ is reporting that this is from an OD. X said a popular YouTuber who goes by Twomad Online has died. TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell us that internet personality who has millions of followers across various YouTube channels and social pages was found unresponsive Tuesday night in his LA home. This is after somebody called in to ask for a welfare check. We're told that Twomad hadn't been heard from in several days by concerned parties, and he even missed some appointments, and as a result, the LAPD was sent to check in on him, and that's when they found his body, although it's unclear how long he had been in that state. Our sources say that there was drug paraphernalia found on the scene, and at this point, we're told that this is being investigated as a possible overdose. No foul play is suspected in the death. Twomad had caused concern among his fan base in recent weeks, including some strange one-off tweets he was posting last week, not to mention a bunch of photos of firearms. The guy was an interesting character. In addition to skits, gaming commentary, and live streams, he was just very into internet culture and had a massive fan base. Like we said, millions of followers, but his videos would also get a significant number of views as well. They posting this goddamn picture between him and Belle Delphine, that this cursed photo shoot between these two. One meme in particular that he's accredited with is the one called "Goodnight Girl, I'll see you tomorrow." It's features of a shirtless Twomad walking up to a camera and telling some imaginary chick that he'll see her tomorrow, only to slip and fall in cartoonish fashion. He also made a splash by once collaborating with OnlyFans model Belle Delphine. Twomad was embroiled in controversy as of late. He seems to have been off the radar in recent months when it comes to his content creation. His last video across all three of his channels were 5 months ago, and he certainly seemed to be in good spirits in it. He was only 23 years old. Rest in peace. Fuck, man. God damn it, bro. Guys, I feel like this one is I don't know if you guys, maybe some of you guys don't know Twomad or have not been familiar with his antics over the past years, but he's been pretty relevant within the community for quite some time in a very impactful way. Kid was only 23. And I know that he had some recent situations that came about that kind of, put him into it felt like a downward spiral, but so young, dude had his entire goddamn future ahead of him. And this is just absolutely sad news to hear. It doesn't feel real. When I saw the article, I was like, who's memeing now? Why are people are memeing about the deaths all the time? But someone said that some guy named Charles Amos did. I was like, okay, here we go again with Twitter making lies and fake misinformation. And then slowly my stomach started to drop when I checked his Twitter account. I saw he hadn't posted in 5 days, and he always posts on Twitter nonstop all the time. He is always interacting online, and that's the part where my stomach started sinking and me starting to realize that this is not a fake account. This is something that is real. Twomad is gone. In case you guys are wondering if this is real or not, someone has already checked the County of Los Angeles, the medical examiner, Mudia, that's his name. It says here that he was born December 17th, 2000, and he died February 13th, 2024. So this is not a hoax. This is a real thing. Oh, damn. It's, I don't even know what to say. It's, this is one of these situations that just, kind of, knocks the wind out of your lungs and leaves you speechless. This guy was very, intertwined with internet culture, the things that you guys watch here and some of the peers and everything. He was there, and he was young, and I know he went through some stuff with somebody recently. I can't recall the exact details, but dang, man, we don't know if this was an accident. We don't know if it was done on purpose. This is still kind of all new and breaking. And breaking yet again, literally was just about to just, step away from this to add it to today's video, where someone had showed me this. A person by the name of Jameskii, who said, "I can finally say it. Twomad was a rapist and a pedophile. Over the past few years, he tried to murder me multiple times for helping the police and detectives in multiple states to investigate a lot of horrible things he's done. He wanted to take out multiple innocent lives by getting behind the wheel and going head on a freeway while being high on illegal drugs. He didn't succeed once, as he overdosed before killing anybody, so he tried it again." What the actual what? Despite him trying to murder me and multiple innocent lives, I've been trying to help law enforcement to make sure he's safe, doesn't get hurt, and doesn't harm anybody. Please remember that he is a rapist and a pedophile. He continued to prey on vulnerable even after the police got involved, including a 13-year-old in a mental hospital. The tragedy doesn't excuse any of his actions. I will address a lot of stuff when I fully collect my thoughts. Past few months have been a total mess, and the reason why I ended up in the ER. Please give me time. Oh my, no. What in the world is going on, bro? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? This is too much. This is way too much information in a short period of time. I literally just learned less than 15 minutes ago that dude passed, and literally like 5 minutes ago now I'm learning that he tried to kill a person, and he was what the I feel a bit speechless. From one shocking revelation to another potentially shocking revelation, I'm not exactly sure how to absorb it. This is just the information that's coming out as we're talking here on the channel. And I think the only thing I'm gonna let you guys know, because otherwise I'll just be sitting here speechless all day, is I will keep you guys posted on what is being reported. I will look into it and check it out myself and figure out what are the facts, what's real, what's happening, and if there's any updates that are happening here. But it's a breaking story. It's a sad one, and it seems like it gets a little bit twisted. Jesus Christ, I was not expecting something like this today at all. I literally feel like I got hit by a truck. I'm not even sure how to process this, okay? But this is a segment that's going to be within the video. It might feel a little bit off because prior me was in a much better mode, okay? So just take that in consideration while you guys are watching the full thing, all right? Let's get a few small, quick, but very important things that you guys need to know, like out of the way, out of the gate, okay? Things that you definitely need to know, especially this one. Wolf Phoenix said, major Xbox podcast premiering this Thursday. Today's Wednesday, so that is tomorrow. Guys, we might be getting revolutionary type information tomorrow when it comes to this official Xbox podcast, okay? It's going to be February 15th. Again, that is tomorrow, 12 p.m. PT, 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? It says, please join us for a special edition of the official Xbox podcast. Hear from Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty as they share updates on the Xbox business. Guys, people believe that this podcast, this announcement or whatever, might be the most revolutionary gaming news we've heard in a long time, because people believe that Xbox may be moving to becoming a third-party developer instead of actually creating consoles like its competitors Nintendo and Sony for the PlayStation and the Switch. It's very reminiscent of, you guys can imagine, Sega. When Sega used to make their games, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, and Sega Saturn and all of those. consoles, and then they went third party and they decided to create games for the systems that existed. We could see Xbox games slowly start to appear on the Switch and on Sony. So that's what the rumors are right now, and people are wanting to know, is it a confirm or is it deny? Is Xbox leaving the gaming console war forever and they going third party? If so, what are the implications? What are the implications on the stocks? What are the implications on the gamers? Everybody wants to know, and when we find out, 1000%, I'll have a video, guys, for you on Friday. We'll be talking about it. In terms of updates from the last video that we talked about, we need to talk about Vaush. That's right, the horseman himself, the Animorph man himself. Okay, we're not going to go into any nasty stuff today. All you guys really need to know is that when I was talking about the situation with this YouTuber named Vaush, okay, he was basically under fire because he got caught in 4K by himself alt-tabbing, and they showed his porn folder basically, and it was porn of him. Basically, he was like, yeah, I have a fetish of being a horse. But also, there was some lolly, well, I thought it was lowly, some lolly. There was basically some also stuff as well where there's underage looking type characters that he thought was a goblin. Long story short, him and H3 and community people and everybody have been going back and forth, having this just weird debate about whether or not it was good or bad. People have been pulling out receipts left and right on it, and we talked about it. I made sure to provide both sides, and when I meant both sides, like Vaush's statements where he has made multiple times that he doesn't actually support what people are implying is that he has CP, but also, yeah, there's other side. We're saying like, yeah, what you did was kind of disgusting as well. Vaush has decided to say, hey, all right, fine, I'm making a response video. It's going to be a big one though, so it'll take a little while. Whether or not it's engaged within good faith, I want my audience at least to have everything laid out clearly and truthfully. I don't understand it. I have nothing against Vaush. I actually got a couple of emails and people who wanted to defend Vaush, and a lot of you guys were like, hey, Omni, thanks for providing like the other side of the context and Vaush's response that he's not really into this stuff, right? But at the end of the day, right, I don't feel like this requires some kind of super long video, right? There's no. All right, just come out here and say what you are and what you're not, and be like, if there was a misunderstanding, and then just cut it. All right, because nobody wants to watch a 50-minute video, a 30-minute video, a 20-minute video of someone trying to either justify something that nobody wants to see justified. Just put that information out there and say, I'm not, and I am this, and I'm not that, and let's just move on, okay? Let's get on to the next news source. That's my suggestion for you, Vaush, if you are watching this video, or for you Vaush fans, okay? Let's not make this any more attention than it already is, because I feel like if it does, then people are just going to keep digging, and I don't know, bro. I think it's just only going to go south from here. Just a quick update, because a lot of you guys always be asking me, hey, Omni, what are you watching? What are you doing? What's your favorite anime and everything? Right now, I am watching Solo Leveling, and I'm watching Free Rent. Those are the two animes that I'm currently on, but Solo Leveling is my weekly episode. Oh my god, episode 6 was so goated. I didn't read it. This is based off a manhwa, not a manga, but a manhwa, something. I think it's what it's called, a manhwa, a Korean anime, but it's really good. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't watched it, you don't know anything about this, and you want to tune into some peak, maybe put on some food and eat and get caught up and watch. You know when they're like the early characters from like the games, they get like they're weak and then they get strong, and you kind of like watching that stuff from all of the old shonens. It's like this times like a billion, you guys. And then Free Rent's kind of like my comfort watch. It's actually just exceptional, just really good, wholesome type, fun type, relaxing type anime. Hopefully it doesn't go south or turn to some Attack on Titan stuff, but those are the two that I've been kind of copping, and I watch everything else every now and then. But yeah, that's kind of like the anime Omni update. So guys, remember last video we talked about Nijisanji, that huge freaking situation that's happening with Nijisanji, aka Anycolor, the VTuber agency that basically, terminated their talent, Selen Tatsuki, and she came out talking about how she was bullied and almost committed suicide and all this stuff. It was terrible, horrible times for her. The stock price of that company dropped like 10-20%. They lost millions and millions of dollars in yen. It has now evolved into something even worse, okay? And if you guys don't know what happened, I will catch you up on what occurred. Well, I just pretty much told you. That's the finish the TLDR, but let me fill you guys in on what happened new. But first, let me switch to my other form. Oh yeah, we are back, guys. Sorry I haven't showed you guys my VTuber, my special Super Saiyan form here. I actually, what had it happen was I forgot how to install it on my computer. I think there was an update, and yeah, but we're back, and let's go over this Nijisanji stuff that happened in, proper form. Title code Ayako said Nijisanji CEO apologized video, and it went from bad to worst. Here we go again. So yeah, guys, you heard that right. Nijisanji Anycolor, the actual CEO, made an actual apology video. What in the freaking hell? Is that my teeth? Are my teeth still showing through my chin? I forgot how to fix that. Just ignore that. So first, the question that you guys are probably thinking is, how did we get here? A quick TLDR of the situation is, this is Dokibird, okay? This is her Twitter. She was previously Selen Tatsuki, okay? And she's the one that got terminated by Nijisanji wrongfully that we talked about last time in a way that was in a terrible fashion. It made their stocks and everything drop. Everybody has been revolting against Nijisanji, saying how much they hate this company, their poor treatment and management towards her while her tenure was there, and she wanted to move on from this. She decided to go indie, make her own YouTube content, make her own YouTube space, and yeah, she was trying to get out of here and just go back and do her own thing, but it didn't end so well. Less than a day ago, a VTuber by the name of Elira Pandora said a message from Nijisanji EN. It was actually a message from 3 different VTubers. Their actual agents and talents came out to talk about the situation with Selen, which was kind of strange because you would think, like, you know, this is not something that involves anybody else outside of just Toki and the company. But yeah, they came out here with this statement. It was 15 minutes, and it was her and 2 other Nijisanji VTubers, Vaush and Ike, who are also very popular. Yeah, they all came out to talk about what happened in this 15-minute video. I'll play a few of the clips that are the most important for you guys to hear. This is a live stream. This isn't just like a video. Like, what in the heck are they doing?
Thank you for taking the time to listen to us today. Vaush and Ike are also present here with me, and we would like to take some time to address the events surrounding Selen Tatsuki's contract termination.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
To preface, we have discussed with Anycolor staff and our legal team about what we are able to say. However, due to how sensitive the situation is, please do keep in mind that there are limits to what we're able to share. Both we, the livers, and the company have been affected deeply and are taking the situation very seriously.
Why are they here? Like, unless they were involved in some kind of way, some people feel like either A, like maybe they were part of the bullying that was happening with her. Maybe they were involved, and that's why. Some people believe that they are doing this against their own volition and potentially might be used as the mouthpiece of Nijisanji to basically spread the message of saying, hey, this is what happened, we're sorry, and we're using you as meat shield. That's what some people believe is happening. It's already been confirmed by these guys here that they are volunteering of their own volition to talk about it. But, you know, when you're part of an agency and you have a contract, like, even that might just be a lie, you know? Even that might just be something that you have to say. There might be a gun pointed to their head, who knows?
Before anything is discussed, there is something very important that we, Nijisanji EN, feels need to be made very clear.
Okay.
All of us do not condone harassment of any kind to any of the parties involved.
Okay.
After discussion with the members of Nijisanji EN as a collective, I volunteered for my channel to be used for this stream. Additionally, we've been told that there will also be a video releasing regarding the situation from Tazumi-san directly a few hours following this stream. But what we say on this stream is our own words and our own feelings.
Okay.
I would like to first apologize if my silence on the matter has caused any worry. Over the past month, staff received documents from Selen's lawyer containing examples of her claimed experiences under Anycolor.
Okay.
These documents in question included personal information of some livers, and when it was sent to us, we learned that there was a potential that this information could be made public.
Okay.
Some of the information poses a risk to our personal safety and puts some of us at risk of doxing.
Oh.
Notably, one section of this document alludes to where Millie and I live.
That's basically what Elira here is saying, is that in the documents that was submitted by Selen, her lawyer, that included personal information from Elira and potentially other people of the Nijisanji community that could be used to dox them. Some of their personal information is what she is communicating, is it has been exchanged throughout this entire thing. Why would Elira or any of these guys' personal information be in this document? That's a question I'm not sure yet, that we'll probably figure out in a little bit.
There are also harmful claims Selen made in the document about some livers' personal information that we believe are simply untrue.
Livers.
I felt threatened and scared of speaking out about the situation because of the risk that it could pose to not just my own safety, but the safety of those around me as well.
Okay.
I'm very sad that this is how everything had to turn out, and I deeply apologize to all the fans who have been affected through this time.
Okay.
Additionally, we've been told that there will also be a video releasing regarding the situation from Tazumi-san directly a few hours following this stream.
That's the apology
What we say
video.
on this stream is our own words and our own feelings. And I deeply apologize to all the fans who have been affected through this time. When Selen had posted the tweet about her cover being privated, several EN members reached out to Selen and we expressed our concerns. We were genuinely concerned, and we wanted to understand the situation as we were all in the dark about it. Once she notified all of us regarding her hospitalization, we immediately reached out to her, each other, and her manager to confirm her safety. Her manager also immediately reached out to her and her emergency contact and kept us updated throughout the entire situation as well.
Okay.
It's been a very tough time for a lot of us, and I'm honestly not sure what else to say, but thank you again for everything, for waiting, and thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the tough time might be on the person who was literally admitted to the hospital for potentially like taking their life. I get maybe you're not in the best shape here, Elira, but you know, it's just weird to be like, oh yeah, we reached out to her because she was in the hospital, but also this was kind of hard for me too.
It has been a really tough time, and it's had an effect. I've noticed it's had an effect on everyone. It's had an effect on me too.
I can't hear you.
I'm joining this stream to talk about my experiences with Selen, to lend some of what I know to help you all understand the context of this a little bit better.
Okay.
I know that a lot of you watching are going to have your own views and opinions on the situation, and so all I would like to ask is that you can take the information that I'm going to present at face value, if you can.
No.
This recent situation began when Selen claimed on Twitter that her most recent song cover had been made private by staff, and she gave no context or reasoning as to why. In actuality, she had been asked to send the content of her music video to her manager in advance of the release date so it could be checked for content, etc., which is something that all livers agree to do.
Okay.
Her manager communicated with her about this very clearly, but she released her cover without giving management time to check it, and as a result, it needed to be made private.
I just want to pause here because do you guys see how weird this is that we have like one of the most popular like members of Nijisanji, Vaush, talking about a situation that is probably supposed to be talked about by like the corporate, like the CEOs. Like, why are they talking about this? Why are they being the mouthpieces? And why are they here? This makes no sense whatsoever that they are in this discussion unless somehow they were involved in the original draft or they were part of what's going on. But why are they here defending Nijisanji? Are they doing this at gunpoint? It makes absolutely no sense. And it goes on. And then eventually we go over from Vaush, and then all of them are just basically doing the whole same corporate shill. Just them basically saying what sounds like would have came from corporate themselves, but from the mouthpieces of these three popular VTubers, which feels very, you know, propaganda-y. This then led to a apology video literally from a freaking corporation, bro. So it says here, Nijisanji official in this video, the CEO of Anycolor Inc. will be addressing concerns that have arisen as a result of recent events regarding the contract termination of Selen Tatsuki. Okay, I guys, I don't think I've actually heard an apology YouTube video from a corporation. Have we been there before? I'm not even sure. What are you doing? You're bowing? Oh, okay, customs, okay.
Hello, I'm Riku Tazumi, CEO of Anycolor Inc. I'm making this video to speak directly to you, the fans of Nijisanji EN, and everyone who supports the Vtuber industry.
Okay.
First of all, I deeply apologize for causing concern to many people. Please allow me this time to address your concerns.
Okay.
First, let me apologize for a misunderstanding caused by the notice published on our investor relations page on February 7th.
Oh, you mean the part on your page where you said that the whole termination of Selen Tatsuki was negligible? Is that what you're coming here to apologize for? Are you apologizing to the fans or are you apologizing to your investors?
Announcing the termination of Selen's contract, we received questions from investors regarding the impact this would have on company performance.
You think?
The notice was published to respond to investors. In the notice, we unfortunately used the expression negligible to describe performance impact.
You think?
Our wording lacked consideration for the situation and caused Nijisanji EN fans and everyone who supports the Vtuber industry to feel that Anycolor Inc. undervalued the impact of Selen's contract termination or Selen herself.
That's what negligible means.
I deeply regret this outcome and will be rethinking how our communication in English is done.
Okay, so my man is basically using the English card to say that he didn't use the right adjective. Is that what he's saying? I don't speak multiple languages, so I don't know. I'm guessing that is a difficulty from time to time. But like, you're a big corporation. You got like English speaking dudes out here to make sure that the translation is correct, right? People feel like you used the word negligible because you were trying to get ahead of it to say like it was not going to be a big deal, and it ended up being a big deal. You thought that terminating her the way that you did would have been fine, and it was not fine. Fans reacted and they said they did not like it. But I'm gonna show you guys something very soon as well, because something interesting did happen at the same time as Selen's termination that you guys might not even realize that affects another VTuber community. A lot of people are not talking about this, but Finance Omni is on the case.
As a company, it is truly unfortunate that our relationship ended the way it did.
Okay.
We regret that the notice we published on February 7th was worded this way.
Okay.
We made it sound like our company does not value the hard work of our rivals. I deeply apologize.
Okay.
Next, I will address the feedback to our announcement, which led to the idea that Anycolor Inc. may not be providing a safe environment where the rivals can maintain good mental health.
Okay.
We take full responsibility for this situation, where not only Anycolor Inc., but also our rivals are receiving hurtful messages. I deeply apologize to our rivals and to everyone who supports them. Company actions have led to the distress of our rivals, and we are taking this situation very seriously.
Okay, do we have admittance to guilt for not treating their people properly? That's what it looks like to me. It sounded like he just said that he's apologizing for the company's actions for leaving the livers, aka the livers, and communicating that they did not do right by their people and their staff, which I assume is including Selen.
The management team continues to communicate with rivals to provide any and all support in every way they can.
Okay.
We will be implementing several new internal systems to ensure that the rivals can resume streaming activities while maintaining their well-being.
Right.
Also, by establishing things such as better reporting systems, we aim to create an environment where we can better identify.
Okay. I'm pausing. Guys, I know this song and dance. I know exactly what's happening here. CEO is basically saying, yeah, we messed up, and now here are all the things that we're going to do to make sure it never happens again. We're installing policies and procedures in place to make sure that we don't put our ass on fire again, and that and we're just trying to save our ass, right? Like it's like, this is what we're going to do so that we stop being a bad company. We stop treating our people poorly. Which is weird, right? Because the only policy that you need to be put in place is just to stop mistreating your employees. It's not hard to not mismanage your employees. You don't have to make policies in order to not treat people well within your company, okay? This is just human interaction. It's not that hard. So hearing the company being like, yeah, I'm gonna put in some policies in place and yada 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 yada. No, we know exactly what you're doing here, okay? Okay, so I don't think we care about any of this, right? We're only focused on Selen. We're not really focused on, hey, I'm Nijisanji and we want to make more content for 2024. Like we're getting off topic here. This is about Selen Tatsuki's termination.
The company, we intend to do everything in our ability to support Nijisanji EN and meet the fans' expectations.
Okay.
Finally, I apologize for not just recent events, but also pre-existing areas that needed our attention.
Okay.
Our rivals are irreplaceable. each and every one of them. Beyond being business partners, they are the most important individuals that we must protect as a company.
Okay.
To everyone who has and continues to support the rivals, I am very sorry that situations were allowed to arise where our dedication to their well-being was not clear. I feel that this should never be the case.
Got it. So you regret mistreating Selen, didn't realize that the fallback from Selen would be this huge, and now you regret, all of the money that you kind of lost over the past, the past week or so. I want to show you guys something that's interesting. It has to do with Nijisanji's stock price dropping, but also here is Nijisanji's company, Anycolor Inc., and it is down 2%, bro. 2% down in one day, which is terrifying because it is now down 12% over the past 5 days. Okay, now it's actually up year over year in terms of like how well they've been doing. If you look since last year, February 14th, their stock price has actually been up 27%, right? So there's an uptick in general, but it is not understated that Tatsuki's basically termination has hurt their stock. But what's interesting is this period has also hurt someone else's stock. Guys, this is Cover Corp. This is the company that owns HoloLive, who is a competing VTuber agency, and they are also down quite a bit. From my understanding, they haven't had anything to do with any of this, right? They're just another VTuber agency. You would think that they would be profiting from this situation, right? But they are also down 10%. So for some reason, the entire VTuber agency is just kind of seeing a decline, just in general. Don't know what that means. I don't know why that is the case, but I do know as of the last day, if you look right here, they are up 2%. Okay, so they're up 2%. Anycolor is down 2%. I don't know if that's a correlation to what happened with the CEO with the apologies and what's going on. There's got to be something that's going on here, but I don't understand why Cover Corp is also kind of losing value as well during the same period that's been happening with Selen. There's all cause and effect. It's all happening here. It's all connected. So guys, this is going to be the last statement that we talk about it. Doki actually made an update tweet as of only 2 hours ago this morning on Valentine's Day talking about the situation because she was actually streaming live on YouTube when the announcement came from 3 members of the Nijisanji mini community basically talking about what happened. Some people feel like it was planned. It's all out mayhem right now because some people are not sure who is at fault. Are we supposed to blame Vaush and Elira and Ike? Are they actually in on it? Are they just corporate shields? Are they being used as meat shields? People don't know what's actually true or false. Is there any way that Doki some here made a mistake somewhere? People they're confused and everyone's upset, and there's a lot of fans that are just don't like how all of this is playing out. One thing that's very clear though is that if the CEO of this terrible company is coming out and apologizing, that there is a pretty good chance that they did Doki, aka Selen, very, very, very dirty. Okay. Otherwise, they would be putting out receipts left and right, talking about all the things that they have on her or whatever, but they're apologizing. Okay. They know that they messed up, not just to the investors by using the word negligible, but they're also apologizing to the fans as well. They know they messed up. Companies don't apologize. Okay. Usually these guys never apologize. All right. So if they're apologizing, they messed up. Anyway, here's what Doki had to finally say. I was ready to move on. I had made my last statement and I haven't looked at anything regarding my past for a full week. I didn't look at anything regarding legal documents or anything regarding my situation since I moved back to Doki. I wanted to be hopeful for the future and never interact with that side again. So to see it all come back and reopen a wound that I was ready to heal from, and to have to talk to my lawyer again on how to respond. The document mentioned was at first made to document my thoughts and history with evidence so that the lawyer can see the general picture of what is going on and if there were issues that should be addressed. It was first made during my darkest time mentality when I wrote everything and on my mind little by little at that time. I made the document thinking that it was never going to be public to anyone but just to my lawyer. Although it was a document filled with my personal information as well as privacy information that should not be public, there were no other addresses or specific locations mentioned. Okay, that's important because she's saying that what Elira and them were saying are lies. Elira and the other guys were saying that they were worried that their information might be doxed, that there was confidential information in there that related to them. And She's saying, no, there was none. It was just me. Regarding a recording, this was not intended to be anything other than a distribution test for planning of a collaborative event between two people, which happened to be left over from one test recording, and I never recorded any other conversations with anyone. The recording was never shown anywhere, even in legal settings, and there are no records. However, I regret that it was mentioned, and I am sorry to all parties affected for this misunderstanding in this. I requested that I just wanted to move on. Sometimes I didn't hear anything for days from the lawyers on the other side and felt like I'd be alone and isolated for a long time. It made it so hard for me mentally. On February 5th, my lawyer discussed and said it would be the best to show the document I wrote to the other lawyers, as we have not heard from them for a week or any negotiation talks or given a meeting to discuss after my request to part. It was never intended to be used for anything else. I've asked my lawyer to convey that and have communication that the document as it was written wasn't going to be released anywhere, and my lawyer did so when sending the document. Less than 2 hours after my lawyer sent the document, the termination notice came out. I was very shocked, but thought that that was the last time I would hear or think about the document, and that this, personally in my own opinion, was the end of the lawyers and the legal involvement. Finishing, all of the communication was done between lawyers and Japanese. Things are not black and white, and everything gets more complicated and muddled when lawyers are involved in a different country. When things are conveyed to multiple parties through different degrees of communication, everything turns into different narratives and different translations. I thought it was over and I accepted what happened and ready to move on. Everything I posted to the public about the situation was a response. If it was a month ago, it will have been different, as I was angry. But I was also very alone in my head. But it's not a month ago, and I've accepted it, and I wanted to be a neutral and private, but now the whole world is involved and the public is watching every step that happens. Yeah, that's got to be terrifying to know that every single move that you make is being viewed by everybody, including like lawyers. She said, I am not perfect. I have my faults. I had to watch my dad cry and break down in front of me for the first time in my life last night. Despite everything that has happened, please show kindness to all parties involved. There are real people behind the monitors. One of the reasons why I wanted this to be private is that the internet can be a cruel place, and I knew this would happen the moment the type of notice drops. What I didn't reveal to anyone, and only my parents and therapists knew, was that it was not one attempt, but two, which happened a few weeks after the first. Oh my freaking God, bro. No one should have to go through that. I was in a really dark place, and I do not wish this on anyone. I've revealed this now, not for the pity, but to state that no life, no matter what, should be risked for ego. Please don't make it like high school. Treat everyone like adults and with some empathy and kindness, which is interesting, right? She's saying here, like, she was in a dark place and she made an attempt twice. And when you go and you look on Twitter, people hate. They're showing visceral energy left and right when it comes to these new livers who came out, Vaush and Ike and Elira. They're showing a lot of bullying for someone who was a victim of bullying, saying, hey, do not bully. It's kind of backwards, right? It's the same circle that we've seen many, many times on the internet. It's a lesson that I feel like we just never learn, right? And finally, for those who wish to see receipts or documents or anything else, hoping I will reveal them, I'm sorry, but these are not things that should be private, and if needed, between lawyers. Revealing private documents and talking about the details will only just make things worse and more complicated, as outside parties get involved and will just hurt everyone. No one deserves to be pushed over the edge. So many people have gotten hurt and involved, even if they were innocent bystanders. In the end, I will always be here to respond, and that is the only thing I will do in public. I hope this will be the last statement I have to make. I have a feeling that this is just not the end of the situation. So guys, that's the whole situation that's currently happening with Nijisanji. Very unfortunate, like a lot of moving pieces. We have livers out here talking about the situation we never thought would be involved. We have CEOs making terrible apologies as usual, as always, to say, hey, sorry, we as a company shouldn't have did what we did. And here's us trying to basically, cover our asses so that we can cover our assets and our investors, right? We know how that same song and dance goes, but everybody on the internet right now currently hates Nijisanji. Like, it's just really bad. It sucks for the talent that's on Nijisanji, who's doing their own thing, minding their own business, and they're kind of getting harmed in the process because other people didn't handle things properly. There's a lot of angry energy out there towards the livers and just people in general who are very upset that Selen had to go through what she had to go through. As me, somebody who's been watching this situation kind of like on the side, kind of silently, I'm in the Vtuber space, but I've been saying, kind of silent with it. Okay, it's one of my guilty pleasures that I enjoy on the side. But yeah, I think it's important that everyone remembers to kind of try to be good. Remember Doki's words in which she is saying to peace and love, and do not hate anybody, and do not spread hate. Do not bully people, okay? She's literally a victim of bullying, and then people were like, hey, how dare you bully her? Let's go bully 3 other livers, right? Justice will be served, okay? We just don't have to stoop to the level of the people that hurt Selen in order to make sure that Selen is taken care of. That's my opinion. You guys can let me know how you feel about it. I'm just happy that I had a reason to come back to VTuber format. I need an update. I need to. I need my hat. I feel like this is a little bit outdated. Saying anybody of you guys out there, if you do VTuber, we need a 2024 Omni VTuber upgrade. Okay, hit me up. All right, I'm trying to get schnice. I'm trying to get sexy. Okay, I'm trying to get meowy. I'm trying to look like, you know, like the Nijis. I'm trying to replace Niji. I'm trying to get out here looking fresh. So your boy Nessie said, "Hey, Omni, I know this isn't relevant to the news, but I just wanted to say that my girlfriend Perdoodle3 passed away from cancer last night. Oh my God, homie. I am so sorry. Rest in peace to your girlfriend Perdoodle3. God damn cancer. It's oh my God. I saw a Super Bowl commercial, I think, during the Super Bowl, and I think it was like Pfizer, and they said like they're going to attack like cancer, and I'm just like, man, I wish y'all billionaire pharmaceuticals would just hurry up and release the form. Stop playing games with me, man. Like I hate this disease with a passion. And it has been stealing so many people around my life at ages that it's just not fair. And I just want to say, Nessie, I am so sorry to hear this, okay? She was a big fan of you, and we watched your videos every time we hung out. Your videos helped her a lot, and I know she's in a better place. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. Oh man, that's right in here. I'm glad that I was able to provide some comfort and some peace for you and her while she was still there. And oh man, I just want to address this. I want to acknowledge, hey, I'm so sorry for your loss, Tommy. Okay, and you have a community here in this space here. Everybody watching my content. We're all family here. Okay, we're all from all different facets of life and everything. But I have a feeling that the energy here in this community is good. So you have a community here, and man, I'm so sorry. I just want to acknowledge, that I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad that I was able to provide some comfort for both of you guys. And her legacy will live on. This is such a cute picture. Oh, I said she used to post on X, but she moved her art to Tumblr for her followers, the dust piles. Yeah. So if you guys, anybody wants to come check out Perdoodle's art before she, it's all here. The dust pile is so good already. Good. I'm so jealous when people know how to draw. Like, good Lord, I might need to get on that. I want to do everything, which is so bad. But yeah, Nessie, I'm so sorry, homie. Thanks for sharing with me. I know that's rough. You're in a rough patch, and I hope, with time and everything, with healing and, the art that she's left as well, that's something that you can keep close to you as well. All right, guys, we got to talk about a guy I haven't talked about in a pretty long time. TheNeedleDrop, aka Anthony. Is it Fantano? Fandango? Anthony Fandango. Yeah, we got the tickets. Yeah, I know that commercial. Anyway, this man is the guy. He's currently under fire for a review that he did on Kanye, and he gave it a unreviewable 1. If you guys don't know, Kanye dropped an album called Vultures. I think it was Vultures 1. And I've heard some of the few tracks of it, but yes, I think unreviewable 1 is like the lowest score you can get. Like saying unreviewable is like maybe like the default, like, sorry, this is just a disqualified track or whatever. And this one where it says every word of this is true. But he made such a bad review on it in terms of saying that it was bad that he was getting death threats from the Kanye fans. There's 2 stands out there that are absolutely terrifying right now, okay? The Swifties, where if you say anything bad against her, if you hurt her, then you're going to get guys. The Swifties are like the CIA, okay? They've got their own agency. They've got their own police. They've got diehard people. It's like Fight Club too, right? It's just they got people, right? And if you do anything to Taylor Swift, I don't know what's going to happen to you, but I think it's going to be bad. They're going to get you faster than the FBI. And then you got the Kanye stands, right? You got people who love Kanye, stand Kanye no matter what, who's all about his energy in his life of being disruptive and saying whatever he wants, and they adore him regardless of what he does. There's these very strong stan culture. So he has pissed off the stan culture. Imagine him giving Taylor Swift's new album an unreviewable 1. So let me take a quick look, okay? There was a couple of clips that were playing where he was reviewing the song kind of thing, and then I can't listen to any of the audio, obviously, it's get copyright striked. But yeah, what did you do, Anthony? I would have lied. I would have said 10 out of 10. I would have pandered. Nah, I'm kidding. What did you do, bro?
She ride dick like a carnival. Been over and having fun.
She ride dick like a carnival. Okay, let's just continue. Jesus Christ. She ride dick like a carnival.
That's actually a pretty good impression. He's listening to Beg for Forgiveness, Boulder's One. Run a dick like a carnival. Now, okay, so I'll let you guys know what I thought. I have listened to the album yet, but first we're going to get Anthony on blast first. So we're going to blast him. So when I give you my honest feedback, then, you know, it's still just going to be all on him, okay? I'm making sure that everything falls on him and not on me.
This is completely unreviewable trash, and here's why. Question, what is even the purpose of a music review in the first place? I can say, at least in terms of my own intent, that when I do a music review, I hope to achieve a couple of things. One, give the viewer pause and cause them to think about why it is they do or don't like the piece of music or art that I'm doing an overview of. Or two, excite people to give the music that I'm talking about a try. Those are the two things I want to do. Problem, neither of those goals are possible in any scenario that involves reviewing this album. Newsflash, since 2022, Kanye has made it his mission to go full-on anti-Semite, spouting insane conspiracy theories, talking about how he loves Hitler, and at some point, I think he realized how much he fucked up with all of that, so now he has to own this total dumpster fire he's created.
So basically, he's saying this is unreviewable, not because the album is trash. I imagine he also doesn't like the album, but also specifically because Kanye's trash, which is based off what he has done in the past. And he has not forgiven him, obviously, for all his remarks and all the damages he's done, which I think is fair. I think that's a fair thing to be like, yeah, I'm not going to rate Kanye. There's plenty of brands and agencies are like, I'm not going to work with Kanye. Yeah, he's a musician, but I'm not going to nominate him. I'm not going to include him in the awards. Like, Kanye has done a lot of garbage stuff, right? This wasn't just easy, right? He said that he loved Hitler. Like, he was... I know people be like, yo, it's okay. You know, let me, like, I'm a Kanye fan, bro. I mean, Graduation was on repeat forever and ever, okay? I talked about this on my stream, how much old Kanye I was. And everyone always talks about old Kanye. But new Kanye, anti-Semitic Kanye, I love Hitler Kanye. Bro, nah, bro, that's not something that I'm all about. Now, this then comes to the question of separating the artist from, like, the art, right? Like, is he able to critically review what is Kanye? I think if he didn't want to review it or say it is unreviewable, I think he should have just not made the video. He was like, hey guys, I'm going to opt out of this because I don't support, you know, Kanye's actions. I don't really want to include him in my catalog of speech, whatever. And I wouldn't have even just made a video on it. Just would have been like pass, but it looks like he made the video, said it was unreviewable one, and then now everyone's just jumping down his throat. For reference, in case I forgot to tell you guys, but this is TheNeedleDrop. He has 2.8 million subscribers on YouTube, where he basically reviews music. He's a music reviewer. He loves music, and sometimes he gives commentaries on other things as well. And I don't know how accurate my like-dislike meter is. It says 70,000 likes, 55K likes, so it looks like it's halfway in the middle, so I don't know. But it's got 1.2 million views in one day, lots of comments, a very controversial video.
Now, there are some people who will say, Anthony, you're being unfair here. Separate the art from the artist. Come on now. You can't separate this crap from the music because it's in the music. Look at the lyrics. Read these words. They have meaning and they are...
What are the lyrics? He says, crazy, bipolar, anti-Semitic. I'm still the king, still the king, still the... They thought headlines was my kryptonite, still the king. I'm gonna come through and just black out, Keep a few Jews on the staff now. How am I anti-Semitic? I just effed a Jewish bitch. I just effed Scooter's bitch, and we ran her like Olympics. So... So that's a good point, I guess. He's like, how do I separate the art from the musician when quite literally they're now intertwined? That's a very good point.
Saying things that are not good or normal. You would have to expect me to separate my brain from my skull if you think I'm just going to ignore it. I think this comment here pretty much sums things up. We don't care as long as the album is good. His personality and what he says doesn't matter to me. I only care about the music. Yeah. How do you penetrate this level of self-imposed ignorance? This person is not listening to Kanye. He's not listening to anything I or anyone has to say about Kanye. And this comment was posted after the album was released, so he's apparently not even listening to the content of the music that he supposedly cares so much about. So this argument about, I only care about the music, can't possibly be true, especially since the music too is shit. The song Paid is one of the most unintentional...
Okay, so again, he's about to review it, right? And he just said that the album was crap. So unreviewable, but also saying that the album was crap. But the point prior to that, and I think this is the consumerism, kind of similar to what Asmongold was talking about when it came to Pal World. When people were like, oh, this is complete crap, and then it got like 18 million copies sold in like 10 days or something crazy, right? At the end of the day, right, people be like, hey, I don't want to Hogwarts Legacy and all the drama behind that, and it is one of the most successful selling games of 2023. The point I think that a lot of people try to make is that no one cares actually about how garbage the person is behind the products that can be consumed. If the product is so good in itself, then people will consume it regardless of who created it. You can be one of the worst people in the world, and if you make one of the best songs of all time, if you make one of the best foods, if somehow you are able to create like just an amazing form of any kind of art that is just like one of the best of the best, people will say, okay, I get it. This person is a terrible person, but this person makes the best music of all time, and I'm going to consume it. And I'm just going to ignore that the person who made it is garbage doo-doo putter, right? And that's a debate that we can have and go on and on and on. The morality of consuming content from a terrible person. Is it okay to separate it? Should you separate it? Like, do we all stop listening to R. Kelly now? Do we hate him? Like, how does all of that work when it comes to art and music, especially now when the music and the art is tied in with the personality of the people like Kanye dropping in the lyrics, right? Yeah, he already said here that it's garbage. There's another 2 minutes into it as well, okay? In my opinion, all right, I listened to Vulture, and I, in my opinion, as a Kanye fan, and well, an ex-Kanye fan, I haven't been really messing a lot with his most recent stuff, is that I feel like it's still like Kanye's still not like talking anymore. I don't feel like he's talking to us. He's making music, but he's not talking. And the Kanye that I liked was Kanye that used to talk. Right. And maybe he's just done talking and he just wants to make audios and beats. Right. But I feel like he's hiding himself behind instrumentals, extended choruses, repeating things over and over again. What he's saying has meaning, but I feel like a lot of the times it's so shallow and surface level, and it's just so short. There are a couple of songs where you only hear him for like a couple of seconds and then he's just gone, right? And then that's it. There's a couple of songs where he's talking more and more and he's dropping these one-liners and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, these are good. But I feel like he's not talking in the way that he used to talk, and Kanye is different. This is the whole argument between, I want the old Kanye back but new Kanye to me doesn't feel as good as old Kanye. It's still a version of Kanye, but it's not one that I kind of ride with anymore. Separating the whole anti-Semitic concept between the art and the musician, all of that. When I was listening to it, it sounded good. There was some nice beats. There was some nice vocals. But the extended choruses and the cameos and like it really felt like Kanye was in the background of his own album and CD. It didn't feel like he was in the forefront. I didn't feel like he was talking like he used to talk. And that's the reason why I liked Kanye. I liked Kanye because when he talked, I felt like he was talking. And now I just feel like he's talking for the sake of talking. Does that make sense? That's the reason why this album didn't get with me. I don't know if this is how new Kanye just absolutely thinks, but it doesn't feel like what's actually truly on his mind. But I could be wrong. There's a disconnect now. There used to be a strong connect with my content with him in terms of how I viewed it. Now, when I watch this album, there's a huge disconnect. It's got a few bangers, it's got a few vibes, it's got a few, instrumentals and musics, but this album didn't do it for me specifically. And then maybe that's because I'm still trying to capture the old Kanye. I'm still looking for that energy. And this one was not anywhere close to it. And the new energy that I want to try to tap into, allow artists to evolve into something new, still wasn't something that resonates with me. Can I present to you guys what I think might be one of the most fun gaming announcements and expansion packs that are coming up? Okay, Splatoon 3 Side Order Wave 2, okay? It's essentially Splatoon, but in the form of a roguelike, and it looks absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm so excited to play. I think it comes out February 22nd. I'll confirm with you guys, but there's a small trailer here. It's 5 minutes. Emily in Boston said, here's a trailer that just dropped. I'll show you a couple minutes of it, but I'm really excited for this. It's going to be so fun. I've always liked roguelikes, specifically the ones that kind of popped out in mind is like Slay the Spire and Hades. Really huge fans of those games as well. So to see that kind of roguelike element be put into a game like Splatoon, that's like kind of like a shooting game that's already pretty good in itself. I'm thinking that this might, guys, be like a peak DLC. I love the feel, this Wonderland type thing going on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Pausing really fast, but outside of Side Order, the only thing that I'm excited for this month is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. in this side order game, and then everything else can just leave me alone, unless I'm missing something. People have been playing Helldivers. I haven't gotten into that, but I heard that was also really fun. And I've been playing Power World, but I haven't been playing too much because I feel like I'm getting towards the end game and I'm running out of things to do. So hopefully they have some updates there. But let me see a little bit of this side order thing, okay? I've already seen some of the prior announcements. I'm curious what they have to put in here a little bit.
Welcome to Inkopolis Square.
Inkopolis.
This once thriving district now lies abandoned and has been drained of color. After awakening in this world of order, an Octoling, Agent 8, along with Pearl, one half of the musical duo Off the Hook, who is now a drone,
What's up,
must
Pearl?
ascend the Spire of Order together.
Slay the Spire! They even called it the Spire.
This single-player experience is designed to be replayed over and over again. There are 3 things to keep in mind: floor selection, color chip enhancement, and objective completion.
Oh my god.
You'll need to repeat this cycle in order to gain more knowledge and reach the top of the spire. This elevator is the only way to ascend the spire.
Okay. That's how you move
However,
up.
you can only go up 1 floor at a time.
That makes sense.
On
Okay.
each floor, select one of 3 different objectives to complete.
Okay.
Each objective's difficulty and clear conditions will vary, so choose wisely.
So it's okay. So basically, all right, because every Spire, every kind of roguelike game where you kind of come in and the map changes and it's completely different, and then you have to get stronger. The whole goal of most of these games, right, is that you ascend and you fight, and then you try to get stronger without dying. If you try too hard to get strong, then you get killed, right? Because you usually have to manage some type of resources or health or something like that. Here, it's kind of showing that you have objectives. Like this one says, cause a dodge and roll with dualies to deal damage. This damage is increased by having the rush attack color chip. So if you get the objectives, then you get the rewards. And then if you get the rewards, you get bonuses. And these bonuses help you to get stronger so that when you fight the final bosses and move up on the floor, because the monsters will get stronger, you get stronger as well.
Conditions include
Show
destroying
me.
the portals from which hordes of enemies appear, chasing and defeating enemies,
Yeah.
guiding a ball, and more.
That looks so annoying. Not the guiding of the ball one. I don't want to do that.
Once you've made your selection, you will receive color chips. Place them on your palette for enhancements like increasing your firing speed
Okay.
or raising your damage output.
Okay, so the color chips basically make you stronger. These are your rewards.
Over 60 types of color chips can be unlocked. Use different combinations to customize your palette to your liking.
Oh my god.
For example, you can adjust the features of your main weapon. Activate your special weapon in rapid succession. As you ascend the spire, more difficult objectives and enemies will attempt to block your path.
Yeah.
Fail to reach the top, and you'll be forced to start over from the very beginning, regardless of your current floor.
Dang.
Additionally, you will forfeit all color chips obtained.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't keep
However,
anything, right?
they will be converted into a currency known as pearls.
Okay.
Use pearls to acquire permanent upgrades before your next run,
Oh.
such as having more lives, reducing damage received, and improving your base abilities.
Okay, so this is different. So it sounds like this is not just a Spire where you start from 0 and then you play and then it's all over. It's more so like Returnal, or I think games like that where basically you're supposed to die. You get to the top, you go as far as you can, but then you just get to a point where you cannot, and then it takes your basically your achievements and your rewards of winning, brings it back, and then you can raise your base stats. That's kind of looks like how this works. So it's not quite like you always start at 0 and then you always just get to the top. Every time you accomplish more, it's raising your character level more stronger so that you have a better chance of doing so. That's a little bit different. I feel a little bit iffy about it. I feel like what happens though is that if you're playing it and then you die and you play it for so long and then you max out all of these stats, and if you max them all out, then it just makes what you're already doing like way easier. But I don't know. I think the issue here is, number one, is it fun? And number two, is it challenging? Okay, because if it's just moving around and shooting, the AI is kind of like dookie buttered, and I feel like I might just get bored with this soon. But if it's really challenging and a really good like a adaptable way. There's so many options. I'm really excited for it. I'm gonna stop right here as well. I watched way more than I thought I was going to, but I'm excited for this. I think this is gonna be this is gonna be peak. I'm excited for both this and Final Fantasy. I will definitely be putting some time aside to play both those games. So I decided to answer this one advice Omni here. Okay, Mordo said, hey, it's my birthday tomorrow, 15th. I'm turning 25, and I want to ask, how did you feel when you turned 25? Happy birthday. Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh, well, happy early birthday. I know it's not a reality. It is no man, but it's weird saying I'm halfway through my 20s, haven't achieved much, but I'm trying with YouTube. Hope I can get some good stuff out. You know, here's my opinion. I don't remember specifically the time when I turned 25, but I do remember that 25 felt like a strong number, right? In your early 20s, you're looked at as an adult. You can be charged as an adult, but people still view you as a kid. When you're 25, that's a strong number. Like you're still young, but you are like not just young. Now you're getting to the point where you're about to hit that grown man status, right? 30 is like grown man status. 20 is you're still a little kid. 25, you're in that limbo of, oh, what am I going to do with my life? How I'm going to take it to the next level if you haven't already done that. It's the next evolution where you start thinking about like how I'm going to be like that big boy, basically. For me and for a lot of people, it's always different. It's always depending on like your financial circumstances. Like when I was in my mid 20s, early 20s, and even into like my mid, early, late 20s, basically, I was working. I've just been trying to get out of debt because I got into some debt that I didn't put myself in. I was working double jobs. I was hustling. I had that whole hustle mentality. I was working. There was a recession back when I was in college as well. So I was just going to school as an accountant just so that I can survive. Okay. So if you're just trying to survive, then like me and a lot of people, you're out here trying to survive. Maybe you stay with your parents because it's impossible to have, afford rent or wherever you live. I don't know. So it all depends on your circumstances. Outside of the whole financial responsibilities and everything, what I would say, like being in the mid 25s is a place where you feel like if you haven't found any direction in life, then you feel like you're about to miss the boat, right? And I would like to communicate for you guys, if any of you guys are in this area, in this range, okay, to say still don't worry, okay? I know people in their 30s, their mid 30s, and their 40s who still don't know what they want to do in life, okay? And I'm not telling you to be that, and it's okay to never know what you want to do in life. I think we all live in a way where we're always just trying to figure out how to live. Like, I know a lot of people who reach these phases and they don't know what to do. My suggestion, though, as finance Omni, as big daddy Omni, as big brother Omni, okay, is invest. Get rid of your debt. Start investing. You better have a Fidelity account. You better be putting money into the S&P 500. You better be dollar cost averaging, okay? Because there ain't no way, if any of you guys watching my videos right now are in your 20s or your mid 20s and you are not investing, I will come over. I will reach over to the screen. I will grab you. I will pick you up and I will throw you to the ground. Then I will rob you of all of your money. I will take it. I will take it to the bank personally and say, hey, start investing this money right now so that when you are 10 years into the future, you can have yourself a nice cushion. Even if you are in your 30s and your 40s, I still pick you up and drop you and do the same, okay? That's the only thing that I will advise you guys to do is start investing, okay? Just don't not do it. Don't not do it. It's one of my biggest regrets. When I was younger, I didn't have people. My family they weren't financially literate or educated or anything like that, right? I wish someone would have told me when I was 15 how to start investing early, even if it's just $20 a month, $30 a month, $40 a month, just small amounts. I wish somebody would have been there. So in my opinion, homie, just make sure you stack him. Okay, because you don't want to work for the rest of your life unless whatever you're doing, you're working is fine. But also just trying to set you up for financial success. I don't know how to make everyone happy in terms of like mentally. I know you guys being good physically as well. But when it comes to financially, I know that the bare bones tax that I feel like I must pass down to you guys, like this knowledge. Okay, you need this very basic, simple knowledge. It's too easy to start. And it's one of those things that's just so big. A small thing, very easy, has astronomical differences to your life. I'll talk more about it on my Patreon, patreon.com/InfernalOmni. I have the Omniverse. I'm about to run out of members soon, okay? I only keep it limited. I talk with them on Discord. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, you can come hit me up on there. But just start investing. That's it. Otherwise, enjoy your 25s. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, okay? You're going to have yourself a midlife crisis every 5 years. It just happens. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. That's right. I don't feel like switching over to my other camera, okay? You're just going to have to talk to me out here. If you made it to the end, do me a favor, okay? Leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I love you guys, okay? I catch you later. Happy Valentine's Day. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday with more updates. The Xbox event's going to be pretty cool. I can't believe I don't know what's going to happen with that. And I'll let you guys know what else is happening around the world. Thanks for sticking around. Stay safe on these streets because these streets and these VTuber streets are not safe. I love you. Take it easy. Peace.